Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use, tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, you guys. So the post that I wanted to share with you guys, Scientology tried to scrub it, but best believe I will find this. So the one I wanted to read to you, Scientology Crime Syndicate, affidavit of Howard Schomer. Disgusting Scientology morons. Let kid die. Protected by postulate. I'm going to find this one, you guys. It's going to take some more digging, but I can assure you I will find it. So I'm going to go on to the next one because, so much child abuse to go around. Scientology. Disgusting Scientology morons let. I'm going to click on this real quick. Hold on, you guys. See how they tried to intercept it? They're so stuck in 1982, they think that's going to do something. Been telling you guys, there are children that have died. Okay. Inside Scientology, first-person accounts. Karen Spank. There's a school called A to B. Believe Nathan Rich talked about that one, which is apparently run for children of Sea Org personnel. What a great way to get them away from their parents, huh? We passed by it on our way to lunch. Many of the children wore ill-fitting clothes. Some of them had obviously home-done haircuts. And that's because nobody has any money. You have different classes in Scientology, but a lot of them are extremely poor. Celebrities just like to get their cars washed by them, And not one of them was smiling or laughing. Children. They were preternaturally silent, unlike any group of children I've ever seen on a school playground. Okay, so I guess I'm going to read two accounts to you guys. I do wonder if there were ever any LAPD officers that tried to rescue these children. To be honest, you guys, it's not an easy task. Because, let's say these children are in this goofy A to B school with probably no real teachers. Probably a pedo or two, involved. And that's my opinion. But even if an LAPD officer or officers wanted to get these children in a better place, in a lot of ways their hands are tied as well. Because you have the parents going along with this insanity. And also, too, you have guardianships. Some of the guardians have actually essayed the children. It's on record. Just go look it up. But what would an LAPD officer do? What are you going to do? You see these poor children walking down the street, homemade haircuts, raggedy clothes. Even though you want to rescue them, it's just not as easy as we'd like it to be. You guys know I'd like to rescue all of them, and I'm sure you guys would too. I think it requires waking some of these parents up. Some of the parents are diabolical, and they're using their children. They're more narcissistic, abusive, manipulative, nasty in nature. But some of them are not naturally like that at all. Okay, so here's another one. So this one is AM, New Claims of Scientology Abuse, May 19th, 2010. And let's try not to pass judgment on the parents, because sometimes they really truly don't know what's going on. So let's just all take a deep breath, give her a chance to explain what's going on, and then we'll go from there. My youngest child nearly died shortly after birth because of Scientology's distrust and unwillingness to get competent medical care for members. And I'm not going to judge, but we do know that ultimately it's the parent's choice. I'm just going to say that. She spent the first several years of her life in a Sea Org nursery. I used to wonder why she would cry hysterically each morning. Wow, you guys. When she was deposited in the facility. It's trauma. It was staffed by children. Staffed by children. Usually 12 to 16 years old. From the cadet org. From the cadet org. The nannies had no sense of hygiene. Maybe I might not take my own advice. And the children often suffered from infections, illnesses, fleas, lice, scabies, or crabs. Whose fault was that? You guys are lucky you can't see my facial expressions. During all of this, I was so focused on my job in the Sea Org, Chief Quality Control Officer in the brainwashing factory, that until one day when I was changing my child's diaper and saw little white worms wiggling their way out of her behind, I didn't realize the abuse going on. I read one that was like this before. It was a father. Father had a different attitude about it, though. He was very regretful. Shortly after that, I left the cult. But the image of those worms exiting my infant daughter still haunts me, just as the image of the twisted, forgotten children in the movie, Mondo Cane, seared into my memory. It will, for all time, serve as a reminder to me of the neglect and abuse to which I subjected my own flesh and blood in order to clear the planet. Okay, so there was some regret. There's other accounts of the same thing that happened. And also those poor children that were put in charge of all these babies. If you go listen to, I'm trying to think of her name, Kate Whittingfield. Kate Whittingfield talks about the babies that died in the nursery. So anyways, you guys, I'll leave a link in the description. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing night or day, wherever you are. Peace.